Well. So here's the filter up on these stands. So it's accessible here and in a nice position, but nothing is connected yet. The synth is here still unfiltered. So let's get that filtered. So let's just unplug it. It's the second channel of the MPC. It's channel 4 here, so I'm just gonna unplug it. Now it's off, and I'm gonna put it here instead. And what this is here is basically it's just changing from these big plugs here into our smaller plugs, like this. So now the synth that you were hearing, but not hearing anymore, it's flowing through this end here. So let's put it into the filter here. And I'm gonna take it then out of the filter here, and I'm gonna send it here into this one. Changing it again into big plug, and then patching it again into channel 4 here. Okay, so now the filter is connected. It's not doing anything at the moment. And what we call that, the filter is open. So let's look at the filter here closely. This is the filter. It has 5 buttons here. This is just the level input of the filter, you know, but I have it just at full. We're going to look at this a little bit later. But basically the main point of interest here is this frequency button. And then it's open full, and what I'm doing now is that I'm cutting off the higher frequency, and then you hear the sound changing. Yeah, this is a little bit better sound for Daniel when he's singing. And the second button of interest here is a thing called resonance. It creates some kind of a feedback loop around the cutoff point. Simplest thing is just to hear what it does. Here's the squeaks. It's a little bit dirty. Okay. So let's also connect the LFO. We're going to connect this LFO here. You see, this is a slow, like this sawtooth way here or whatever. And if I connect it into the filter here, this is a control input. And what we call this is that we're going to modulate the filter with this LFO here. And you can hear it when I put this up. Something's gonna happen. So what's happening now is basically this LFO is basically doing this. Instead of me doing this manually, I can just have the LFO doing it. And I can change the speed of this. Even go to audio. So this is what the filter is doing. So what I'm doing here is now, like, Daniel is singing and everything is jolly. And then he's end singing, and then I open it. Manipulate these 3 synth lines. So, well, but I'm going to connect the rest of it to have it up and running. Okay. So what we have now is that I have connected all of these 3 filters. This one is then on the bass. This one, as before, is on the synth. And this one is on the second synth. And these 3 LFOs I can use them to manipulate the filters a bit. So now we have that. So we have filters, we have the MPC, and we have the mixer. 3 units connected, and we almost have a track. Okay, but we need more stuff. We need more stuff. Let's get some more stuff. And what we're gonna look at now are the effects. I'm gonna start with this one. This is one of my favorite effects. It's really cheap. It's an Alice's Nanoverb, and this is the reverb I'm gonna use. Reverb is basically like a simulation of many echoes. You know, like if you scream in a church and you hear this dance sound coming back, that's a reverb. So we're gonna put this in. I'm gonna place it here. I'm gonna use the reverb, and I'm gonna send music to the reverb on these sends here. And for the reverb, I'm gonna use the channel 3, this thing here. So here, you know, here's a synth, and I'm gonna send with this thing here. So what I need to do is I need to connect the output of the send 3 into this reverb and then get it back. And I'm getting it back on these effect return channels here. These are just, you know, these are just channels that, you know, that takes out the signal and put it back into the mix. It's just, you know, it's just an input. It's just like this here, but it doesn't have all the features that I have here, basically. And I'm gonna connect it into return 3 here. Okay. So here's the input. Where's the aux out? Here it is. Channel 3 it is. This is the send. I'm gonna take the outputs and plug it into the stereo return 3. Okay. Okay. So what happens? If we raise this now, what's going on? Yeah, we have this beautiful something much better. Now it feels like a track. So we have a reverb. That's nice. It's really simple. What is cool about this reverb though is that you know. Let's see. Okay. What I like also about this reverb is that you know, there is. You know, I always just connect into hall 3. That's just the type of reverb I'm using. Here's the output. It is in full. Mix is, you know, controlling if I'm mixing together the input versus the reverb created. I just have it fully here on left. So I'm only taking the reverb, blending it in, and here's just the input. And this adjust button is the length of the reverb. Let's check it out. On this hi-hat. So it's shorter now, but I can lengthen it. It's endless, nice. And when I feel like it, I take it down. So I'm manipulating this a little bit in the live set. But let's get more effect. The next thing I'm gonna put in is the delay. Okay, this is the delay. Lexicon MX200. It's basically 2 effects, and I'm using it to simulate my favorite delay. That's called TC, from TC Electronics, called TC2290, and basically it's just a mono delay that goes through a panner. So basically I'm using it. I'm using it as a delay that goes into a panner. And you probably, if you don't know what delay is and don't know what panner is, I'm going to explain it in a bit. But let's get this in. Now I have the delay in the right place, but it's unconnected. So let's connect it. We had the reverb on channel 3, on the send 3, and I'm going to have the delay on send 2. And then I'm going to have the delay coming back on this return 2 here. Remember, the reverb is here, the delay is going to be here. So let's plug it in. So where's the input? It's here. Okay, aux out 2, and then the outputs go into the stereo returns number 2. Yeah, we have lights on it. It's running. Okay, great. So let's see. Okay. Here I can select the programs. There's some parameter here I can use, but you know, I can change if I want, but I seldomly have time for it. But let's pick program number 20. It is going to be, well, that's going to be over. So let's see what happens with the delay. I'm going to check it on this sound. So basically, I can take the source out of the mix and just listen to the delay. Let's listen to it. If you put your headphones on, you can probably hear that this is just a delay that is panning it. So the panning is in. It's not always the same. The delay just floats around kind of through this panner. So basically, that's it. You know, now we have a delay. And now I'm going to put both the reverb and the delay on the synth and take it out from nothing. So now we have everything to create like a beautiful big sound with the reverb, with the delay, and the filter. Just a few items left. So let's check out now some more effects. So the next thing I'm going to plug in is this chaos pad here. I'm not going to explain it now, I'm just going to connect it, but this is just an effect machine. Like the rest, it gets some input and it has some output, and then I can do something on this chaos pad that changes how the output is going to behave. And here's an other delay. It's a similar one like this one, but it's a simulation of the space echo. That's a tape delay, and it sounds really nice. And basically, these two combine a little bit of a combo. You know, they are working together. And I'm just going to hook it up. I'm going to connect this thing. You know, the input on this one is going to be send number 4, and the input on this one is going to be send number 1. So then I have used all the sends here. Just going to place this here on top. And this one is going to be here. And let's hook it up. But one thing first, that this is different. I'm not the outputs on these. I'm not going to take it into the effects return here. I'm going to take it into these two channels here. I'm going to have the output on this one come into channel 15, and the output on this one on 14. So I'm adding more channels here on the main board. The send 1 is going to the pedal, and the output of that is going to go to channel 14. Yeah, these input on these are a little bit different, but basically it's going to be connected in the same way. I'm going to connect the input on this with effect sense 4 and the output into 15. Okay, so now these are up and running. So let's see what they're going to do for us. And I'm going to send this synth to the chaos pad. And nothing is happening, and that's because I haven't touched the pad. And now, you know, what I can also always, with these channels here, is that even though it's blended in the mix, this button here says it's going to the main mix. So if I take it out here, it goes out of the mix and back in. So I can always take an element like this, and just take it out. But it's still going out of these, you know. Here's the delay. Here's the reverb. And this is the chaos pad. Let's see what happens. Yeah, some input. Yeah, it's nice. So this is basically what I'm doing. As the track goes. Nothing much, but then I can send this chaos pad into the delay and reverb. So basically this is just, I'm using this just as another filter. And I have some programs here I can use. This is a little bit different. A little bit, you know, metal. This is a little bit normal. This is the normal one. Each has a little bit different characters, and I jump between them. And I can even have it, as I often do, I have it just running, and then I add the same. Just to create like big textures. Okay, let's see what the tape delay is. Basically, I have this one always into the tape delay. And remember, I put the input on the tape delay on channel 1. So basically, let's take this out and just do this again. So just listen to the couch button and the tape delay. So this is just and then I put the tape delay into the reverb and the delay. So this is kind of creating this huge soundscape, the combination of the synth going into the couch part, going into the effect, the couch part going back again into the effects, going into the tape delay, and the tape delay going into the effect. So it's like a huge chain of effects interacting to create like a huge soundscape. Here was this element. I sometimes use it as I take this out of the mix, just drive it through the couch pad and just add it in. So now we have all the effect installed. We have the MPC, we have the mixer. So basically we have a live set. The only thing missing here is the dub fill.